Welcome back to another Magicka Mayhem tutorial video. My name is Ken Erickson. Today we're going to go over some more casting of spells. We did a little bit of that in the card anatomy, but I want to show you a couple more examples that I think would help you kind of get this and exactly all the different combinations you can use the element cards in. So we don't want this to be a frustrating game. We want it to be a really fun game, and it'd be nice that every single time you get a hand of cards, you're able to cast at least one spell, if not more. So that just makes the game go faster and more fun. So try to get as many different options for that to occur, and it makes some really good strategic decisions too, not just kind of random whatever cards you get in your hand type of thing. We want there to be some thinking involved to make it a nice strategic fun experience. So the Arcane Boulder Blast, you see here we actually need to have Earth and 2 Arcane in order to cast this spell. So let's see if we can find some Earth and Arcane to make this happen. So we have right here 1 Earth. This one's real simple because it's basically worth 1 Earth. It has the Earth element symbol kind of right there. It fulfills that requirement. Piece of cake, really easy to understand. But we still need 2 Arcane. And there's one card we haven't covered yet as we went over the card anatomy, and that's the double element, and that element card I should say. In this case, it's actually worth 2 of one particular element. So this is the Intense Arcane, and it spells it out very clearly right here. This is worth 2 Arcane elements. So this one card is worth 2 Arcane elements. And if you use those, combined with our Earth, we're able to basically cast this spell, Arcane Boulder Blast, using only 2 cards. We don't have to have 3 cards, 1 Earth, 1 Arcane, 1 Arcane. We can actually have 1 Earth and 2 Arcane to make it happen. So that one is makes a little bit of sense there. Let's see if we can go and do another one with another kind of odd combination of elements. Here's one that we can do. It's Frostbeam. Now Frostbeam requires 3 cold and 1 arcane. So we don't have any cards in the game that have 3 elements in them combined. So you're definitely going to have at least 2 cards, possibly 3 cards in order to get that cold. And then obviously getting 1 arcane shouldn't be that hard. But we have, when we do that, we have one way of getting a cold is to do this one, a fire-cold combo card. So there's fire here, there's cold there. We can't use them both, and we wouldn't generally see both of them in the same spell anyway because they're opposing elements, but we can use that cold one. So that covers one of them. We still need 2 more. Now this one is kind of like the double that we saw over here, the Intense Arcane, where it's actually worth 2 arcane elements. This one is actually worth 2 fire or 2 cold. You look at this icon here, you can see it could be fire or it could be cold. It has a little 2, so it's worth 2 of one or 2 of the other. It also spells it out for you if that's not clear enough. It says worth 2 fire or 2 cold. Well, guess what? We now have 2 cards that are fulfilling the ability to cast this one spell. So far, we're not done with the arcane part of it, but we at least got the cold portion. And then you could also use this for a fire spell. You could have 1 fire here and 2 fire there to get you a 3 fire. So these are very useful cards that give you a lot of options to be able to play lots of different spells. So lots of strategy there. Like which do you want to use this card to fulfill one type of spell, or do you want to try to get a different card in order to fulfill a different spell that might be in your hand, or a card you might want to get in the future, something along those lines. So there's lots of things to kind of think about. And then to get the arcane we need for this one, we could do this spell, which is also a combo spell. So lots of combo spells in this one. And here we have an arcane and life card, and it actually could be arcane or it can be life. One of these, but one of each one of them. Now this is one of the unusual circumstances where most times opposing elements are not going to show up in the same spell, like fire and cold are rarely going to show up in the same spell. You will, however, see life and arcane combined in the same spell, but generally only in summoning spells. We kind of figure if you are creating life from nothing, you're kind of breaking the rules of all kinds of worldly rules. So when you do that, it's okay to kind of break some of the element spell rules. So therefore, you will see some combination of arcane and life. Life is also really important because it's important for healing, and the arcane is very important for actually summoning spells as well. So you'll find that these will become in short supply in some cases. So good to keep track of those for those really powerful spells in the game. So I hope that helps you understand some of the other elements and ways for us to combine these cards and play the game, and I look forward to explaining more of this in future tutorials.